Hey there! Did you know Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices? And when you download the Kroger app, you'll enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. And don't forget fuel points to help you save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Want to save even more? With a Boost membership, you'll get double fuel points and free delivery. So shop and save big at Kroger today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our quick publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms, and we have our own apps for Apple and Android. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Red, your lunchtime catch-up on all things Liverpool FC on a Wednesday as we inch closer to the return of real football. Now, there was international nonsense last night, and unfortunately, it did not end well for Liverpool as Andy Robertson picked up an injury. Now, Ibu is back playing, so that's a positive. Harvey Elliott was outrageous for England's under-21s, though it was against Luxembourg. So, you know, the caliber of opposition doesn't tell you much, but his performance tells you that he's absolutely flying in terms of confidence right now. And he is standing out in every single game he plays at that level. Now, you kind of expect it given the amount of senior experience he has, but it is really good for him, for his own confidence to continue to grow, to go out against players that are, you know, his age, maybe a year younger, some a year older. And even though he is a level above them in terms of his experience and what he's achieved in the game, put in performances where he is the standout player. That will help him in the short term and in the long term as well. Szoboszlai scored for Hungary, and he had a really good international break in terms of the performances. Conor Bradley scored for Northern Ireland, played all 90 minutes, did take a hint of a deflection, but it was still a really good goal. But the blow is Robertson. I mean, he's not long back from the shoulder, and now he's hurt his ankle. So he'll have a scan when he comes back, and we'll see what happens there. At least Gomez is in great form, and Costas is back fit. So we are at least covered. Back. Conor Bradley could shift across if he was needed. I do note that Hungary are now 14 games unbeaten when Szoboszlai plays, and they are unbeaten when he is the captain of the national team, which says quite a lot about him. Luis Diaz hasn't lost in 21 international games, which is pretty spectacular. Lucho, I think, started both games during the international break, despite the fact he went with a bit of a knock and the Colombians promised to take care of him. But you look, it is what it is. Joe Gomez played both games for England. John Stones faked an injury early on and insisted on being taken off, and Gomez was brought on and had to play, 80 minutes or so. Alexis McAllister played an hour for Argentina. Caoimhin Kelleher was an unused sub in the Irish defeat by Switzerland. And Kostas Tsimikas, unfortunately, will not be playing at the Euros, having lost out to Georgia. So that's where we stand with the international games from this break. And thankfully now that's that crap over and we can all move on with things. Obviously, I should mention both Jarrell Quansah. Jarrell Quansah played all 90 minutes for England. Tyler Morton was on the bench, and then Cade Gordon and Luke Chambers both started for the England under-20s. Great to see Cade back playing, and obviously straight back into the England setup, which will tell you how highly regarded he is. There is a piece here on This Is Anfield entitled 17 Players Who Could Have Played for Different Countries. So let's have a look at who these players are and who they could have played for. So Alexis McAllister, obviously World Cup winner with Argentina, he could have played for Italy through his grandmother, and obviously he could have played for Ireland because his dad was definitely born in Connemara. Thiago could have played for, did play for Spain, was born in Italy and could have played there, and obviously could have played for Brazil like his dad did. Both Alisson and Marcelo Pitaluga could have played for Germany. Joel Matip could have played for Germany, having been born there. Virgil and Ryan Gravenberch could both have played for Suriname. The potential team that Suriname could have had, or the players they could have had over the years, is ridiculous. Cody Gakpo could have played for both Togo and Ghana. Ibrahima Konate could have played for Mali, and there was actually some talk that he was going to do that. Joe Gomez could have played for Gambia. Jarrell Quansah can still opt to play for England, Scotland, Ghana, or Barbados. Curtis Jones could potentially play for Nigeria through his grandmother. Trent was eligible to play for the United States of America because his mother was born there. Andy Robertson could have played for Ireland because his grandmother was born in Ireland. Stefan Bajcetic is still eligible to play for Serbia, should he wish to do so. Fabio Carvalho can play for England or Portugal. And Rhys Williams could play for Jamaica if he wants to. James Balagizi, Democratic Republic of Congo. Isaac Nabea, Zimbabwe. And Kyle Kelly, who played for St. Kitts and Nevis in March. He's 18. He only played in a friendly, could still switch to England, but probably more fun to go and play for St. Kitts and Nevis, to be honest. 3 reasons Liverpool could have the advantage in the Premier League title run-in. This is written by David Lynch. So the fixture list is the first one. I think City have the easiest fixtures, but ours are pretty close. City have 2 that stand out to me as really tricky. They've got to go to Tottenham, and it wouldn't surprise me if Tottenham got something there. And then Villa. And I know it's at home, but the way Villa play might just cause City a lot of problems. They've also obviously got Arsenal. Arsenal's run-in is horrible. They've got City away, then Chelsea home, which you might say is easy, but Chelsea have done really well against Arsenal and City, who obviously they both play a very similar style. They get Luton at home, they'll win that. They've got to go to Brighton, which I think will be tough. They get Villa home, and again, I think Villa's style will cause Arsenal problems. They go to Wolves, and with a bit of luck, Neto's back by then, and they can just live on the counter and cut that Arsenal defence open. They've got to go to Spurs, which I think they'll lose. Bournemouth home won't be easy, but they should win it. They've got to go to United second last game.
Join us today during the Jeep Celebration event for great deals on Jeep brand SUVs. Right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4 for $429 a month for 39 months with $3,759 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 32,500. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 4/1. Jeep is a registered trademark.
And United should have gotten a draw at the Emirates earlier this season, were robbed by some really poor refereeing decisions. And then Everton final day, they should win. But if the Everton team is in a position where they need something to stay up, you just never know. You just never know. I think we have the second easiest run in, but I like the way our fixtures are paced out as well. Brighton home, then that run with Sheffield United home, Manchester United away. I think they're both very winnable. Then Palace home, another winnable one. That could put us into a lead in the table, because in that run of 4 games, City will have Arsenal, Brighton, and Villa all played. And Arsenal, I think it's City, Chelsea, and Brighton that they'd play. So that's tough. We get that run of 3 aways in a row with Fulham, Everton, and West Ham. That'll be a tough week. But if we come out of that with 9 points, I think we beat Tottenham home. We might be in a position where we can afford to go to Villa Park and draw. But we might also be in a position where by then the Premier League has secured the 5th Champions League spot. And both Tottenham and Villa that we play in our last 3 games, both of them might already be secured of Champions League football, especially Villa by the time we go there. And remember, Villa will be going for the Europa Conference League. So if they've got top 5 as it would be for Champions League secured, and they've got this Conference League game to focus on, there's a chance that game becomes a lot easier. They're not nearly as good without Boubacar Kamara anymore either. And they're playing a very high line at home, which will suit us. And then final day of the season is Wolves. And if we go into that game in a position where all we need to do is win and the title's ours, we are winning that game. Of the teams the 3 contenders still have to face, Liverpool's opponents have picked up the fewest points per game so far. So that's a positive for us. Again, I think because of the way the fixtures work out, I think City's is slightly easier, but this does hint at us having the most straightforward path, which we'd all take. Like, we'd all take being in this position if we'd been offered it at the start of the season. The next point that David makes here is the managers and how they do over the last 10 games, because this is when the title starts. The title challenge starts now. And over the last 4 seasons, Liverpool have averaged 24 points from their last 10 games. Now, that's brought down by the fact that in 1920, the title was won so early and certain games were thrown away because the players were still drunk. But 26 points in 2021, 26 points in 21-22, and 24 points in 22-23. Even when we were garbage last year, we still finished the season well. Guardiola then with City will be second, 23.5 points per game. But Arsenal are miles off. I mean, 16.5 points, and that's blown up by a 20-point haul in 2021. They took 15 last year, 15 the year before, and 16 in his first season, including 3 points that we gifted them in a game in which we battered them and gifted them 2 goals. Arsenal have choked at the end of the last 2 seasons, without question. And when we talk about the managers, I mean, Jurgen and Pep are miles ahead of Mikel Arteta. The final thing here is then European commitments. So again, we're playing Europa League football. They're playing Champions League football. We have, I think, a favourable enough tie against Atalanta. They're a good team, but we should beat them pretty comfortably over 2 legs. City have Real Madrid and Arsenal have Bayern. So, I mean, that's just much tougher for them. They're going to have to go full strength, both European games in all likelihood, whereas we might be able to rotate. And remember, then we get Benfica or Marseille in the semi-final. So again, we might be able to rotate for one of those games. We can go and do the business in the first game like we did against Sparta. I think David Lynch has nailed it here. I think these are 3 great points. And the 3 points I've been trying to make for a long time, especially with the fixtures and the manager and that knowledge of how to end a season, how to finish a year strong. Like, look at Arsenal last year and the year before. Does anyone put faith in that? I certainly wouldn't. On AnfieldIndex.com, there's a piece about Fabio Carvalho, a piece about Andy Robertson, a piece about Ruben Amorim, whose name is picking up more and more steam in regards to being the next Liverpool manager, a piece about Jurgen and the integration of young players. Podcast-wise then, there is a Ruben Amorim special that I mentioned yesterday, which is Dave Davis joined by Tom Kundert to talk about Amorim, and it is a really, really good listen. So do give that one a go. And then there is a Minefield with Alan and Andrew. So I highly recommend giving that one a listen. It is tremendous. There is a bunch of stuff to come this week. So let me just pull up the group chat where it's all being discussed, and I can let you know what is coming out. There is a Stat Me Up to come, I believe. There is a Scouser Tommies to come. There will be a Scouted today and one Friday. There is an Under Pressure, which is being recorded tonight. And then I think that's everything for now. Oh, no, there's one more. So Trev and Dave Davis have gotten together and they've done a Pro Plus about the big decisions that the club are facing heading into the summer. I'd imagine regarding players, it's not out yet, but it will be out soon. And that's it. That's what we have. So lots there. Do sign up if you can. It does help us keep the lights on. And I feel like it's a bargain. I genuinely do. And I'm not just saying it because I'm involved. I don't think you're getting the same caliber of podcast elsewhere. You're not getting stuff like Minefield and Under Pressure anywhere else. Oh, elsewhere, you'll get people that might sound intelligent but don't know what they're talking about. Here, you get a whole bunch of people that really do know what they're talking about. And you get Mulby on the spot, which is phenomenally good every single time. Scouser Tommies is brilliant. I think Scouted is quite good. I know Raw is great because Trev doesn't do things that aren't great. And yeah, I just don't feel like you're getting the same caliber elsewhere. So if you can, do sign up. It's 40 quid for the year. You know, it's less than £4 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee a month. Less than a pint a month. Much less than a pint a month if you live in Ireland. So yeah, if you can, please do. Otherwise, thank you anyway. Listen to what you can. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement, and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at AnfieldIndex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index and find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.
Sports Social Podcast Network.